You are now listening to Islam Dunk.
Well, Muslims are just days away from the beginning of Ramadan. For 40 days, they'll pray a little more, eat a little less, and embrace their religion. Tonight, the CBC's Alison Johnson has the story of two Muslims who are relatively new to the celebration.
You're now listening to Islam Dunk Radio on 99.1 FM, your weekly Islamic morning show.
And it's early morning in the basement studios of the University of Windsor's CJAM.
What is Ramadan? What is something, for someone who might not be familiar with it, what is Ramadan?
Ramadan is something very beautiful. If I could say it's something very beautiful.
Today's hosts may sound like experts on Islam, but they're both fairly new to the religion. They grew up in Christian families, but liked what they saw in Islam.
You gotta love your parents. You gotta do good to your neighbor. Stuff like that, right?
The news of their conversions led to some explosive family discussions.
The terrorism thing comes up right? And for me, it wasn't. Exactly. Like I had a lot of friends who became Muslim, and their parents were going nuts about this. They're just like, don't you see what the Muslims are doing on TV?
The two started the program 3 years ago. At the time, there was a lot of religious tension in the city. You may recall the drama that played out at Campbell Baptist Church when the minister invited a so-called former terrorist to speak to his followers.
So a Muslim who is not into slang and ambushing and seizing and cutting off people's fingers is an ignorant Muslim, really.
Muslims don't really practice.
Okay.
This is just one of the myths Corey Togtima set out to correct.
So someone came up with the term Islam dunk. Every time someone would go and if someone was saying something incorrect about Islam and he corrected it, that was an Islam dunk.
In addition to the radio show, the hosts are active at the mosque, where they help run a support group for others like themselves, because they say life as a convert can be lonely.
There was one person where his parents basically, I could take you being, a thief, gay, whatever, but not a Muslim.
The group has helped with about 150 Muslim converts in 5 years, and possibly many more over the airwaves.
We'll see you next week at the same time.
Alison Johnson, CBC News, Windsor.